come to know his face. He's the man in the cowboy hat, rushing to the aid of a severely wounded spectator at the Boston Marathon. There was no story quite like Carlos Arredondo's. His oldest son was killed in Iraq in 2004, and his other son, devastated by his death, committed suicide just over a year ago. Our J.C. Monahan sat down with the man whose journey for peace led him to the finish line of the Boston Marathon.
And this was your last flag, right?
This is my last flag. I was hoping to give it to one of the National Guard runners. And then later on, I just find the flag back in my pocket. You know, I say, oh my God, it's full of blood.
Arredondo was remembering his son the day 2 bombs changed Boston, handing out flags to those running in honor of a fallen soldier.
Being there, watching these people going by, cheering them, giving them flags, and oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then suddenly was a cloud of smoke and no one there, and people running.
His instinct was to run toward the chaos.
I just went like this. And then I said, God protect me.
This picture captures his dramatic effort. The ghostly face in the wheelchair is that of Jeff Bauman, the man Carlos helped save. It's one of the most horrific and yet iconic photos taken that day.
Wow. See, it's this dark area. All this dark area was on fire. I saw Jeff, you know, in a big puddle of blood, you know, and he was missing 2 limbs right there on the spot.
He says it was a marathon itself. To save Jeff.
It's a situation where on the spot.
He says it was a marathon itself to save Jeff.
It's a situation where no scripts.
Right. Marathon itself to save Jeff.
It's a situation where no scripts.
Right.
Something just happened, and you gotta do the best you can, you know?
Carlos's best comes at a price. He's seeing a therapist, hoping to curb the damage a moment like this can inflict on survivors. The
sight of the explosion comes too often to my mind and keep repeating, you know?
But there is a path to healing. Just yesterday, Carlos reunited with Jeff. It's a moment he never had with his oldest son, who died on the battlefield in Iraq.
He's 27 years like my son. I got to see him, tell him how beautiful he is.
Perhaps no surprise, Carlos wants no part in being called a hero.
It's been heroes in the past, but you know, being called hero with people in the hospital and families buried, their daughters and sons, you know, it's very hard to handle.
You might also recognize the shirt he's wearing during our interview, but it's not the bloodstained one from the marathon. The FBI took that shirt as evidence when they went to his house last week. The memories that keep replaying in Carlos's head may just help investigators build their criminal case. Liz and Ed.